How's it going, guys, and welcome back to Concordia Jedi. Today, I pose what I'm sure will be a very controversial question. Is the prophecy a big pile of bantha shit? Let me explain what I mean by this. I'm asking, are we putting our focus as fans on the wrong element of Star Wars? And was the Jedi prophecy an infallible inevitability? And if so, why did the balance never remain? For those who don't know, in the prequel trilogy, Anakin is found as a boy on Tatooine and is discovered to be Force-sensitive. Qui-Gon Jinn brings him to the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, believing Anakin to be the Chosen One, the prophesized savior of the Jedi Order who would destroy the Sith and bring balance to the Force. So there are two main elements to remember here: destroy the Sith and bring balance to the Force. As the trilogy goes on, the Sith make themselves known. Anakin grows extraordinarily powerful under the tutelage of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and the Jedi make it known to Anakin constantly that he is destined to bring balance to the Force. All the while, their order has forced him to live a life where he is forbidden to form attachments, get married, or have children, as these could lead him to the dark side. Anakin ignores them and hooks up with Natalie Portman. Revenge of the Sith comes along as the Clone Wars reach an end, and Anakin, fearing for Padme's life and the life of his unborn child, turns to the dark side and destroys the Jedi Order, leaving very few survivors. We see in the original trilogy, however, that Anakin did, in a sense, fulfill the prophecy by killing Palpatine. He seemingly fulfilled the prophecy, destroyed the Sith, and brought balance to the Force. But what if the prophecy was wrong all along? In Revenge of the Sith, Yoda, Mace Windu, and Obi-Wan all express their feelings and doubts about Anakin spying on the Chancellor. When Obi-Wan asks Windu if Anakin is indeed the Chosen One, Mace Windu responds by telling him that's what the prophecy says. But Yoda then gives a crucial, and what I believe, overlooked line.
A prophecy that misread could have been.
This line here sows doubt into the prophecy, and suddenly things start to fall into place. And when we really analyze everything here, the prophecy becomes less of a beacon of hope to the Jedi and more of a shining example of their hubris. The Jedi were always meant to be servants of the Force. This meant preserving the light and keeping the peace. Their allegiance was not to a republic, not to a planet, but to the Force. The Jedi of the prequel era, however, have fallen far from this. Rather than serving the Force, they served the Republic, a corrupt bureaucracy where every system has a voice, but rarely is it heard. Rather than remaining peacekeepers, they became generals and commanders in a galactic war that scarred the galaxy and killed millions. Instead of trusting in the Force above all else, they became complacent and too caught up in their own ways, and soon, all these elements created a perfect storm, leading to the rise of Vader and the organization of the Empire. Anakin was already 9 when brought to the Jedi Temple. He had attachments already, and yet the Jedi told him to let go of these attachments. He was a young man who was experiencing genuine, natural emotions of love for Padme, but he was told to repress these emotions and never act on them. When his apprentice Ahsoka was framed, there was hardly any investigation before she was expelled and arrested, and when her name was cleared, there was nothing beyond a half-hearted apology from the Council, leading to Ahsoka leaving and Anakin feeling even more resentment for the Jedi. Then, they ask him to commit an act of treason by spying on the Chancellor, after denying him the rank of Master. On top of all of this, they constantly told him about his destiny as the Chosen One. He was never given a choice in the matter, and all of this because some vague and ancient prophecy said he had to. This is where I think the prophecy works best in the lore of Star Wars, as a plot element, showing just how far the Jedi had fallen and how full of themselves they had become. The Jedi Order, the Council, the prophecy, add in a sprinkle of manipulation by Palpatine, and you've got a recipe for tragedy. But wait, I hear you saying. That's right, I can hear you. By the way, clean out your closet, it's filthy in here. But wait, Anakin did end up fulfilling the prophecy in Return of the Jedi. So it couldn't have been misread. Couldn't it? Don't get me wrong, the prophecy predicted a child born of the Force would join the Jedi, destroy the Sith, and bring balance to the Force. But who's to say they interpreted it right? That prophecy certainly didn't say anything about, oh yeah, BT Dubs, before he destroys the Sith, he's gonna go apeshit on you all, and then like 23 years later, after he's made everything so much worse, he'll finally destroy the Sith, and then instant balance. My point is that Vader throwing Palpatine into the reactor of the second Death Star seems less like a flawless prophecy and more like coincidence. I also feel this theory works better from a story perspective as well. When Luke is being electrocuted by Vader, what do you think was going through Vader's head? Was it,
I will not stand here and allow my son to be destroyed by this monster.
or was it,
Now to fulfill the ancient prophecy of an order that I betrayed and destroyed a long time ago. Don't worry, this will all make sense to you guys in about 22 years.
call me crazy, but I think that in that moment, Vader wasn't thinking about some ancient prophecy or being the chosen one. All he was thinking about was saving his son. But here's the big question. Why should we care? So Anakin brought the Force into balance. That's established. But, as has been established both in the new movies and in the expanded universe, balance never lasts. The light side and the dark side are constantly at war. When the dark overtakes the light, the Force is thrown into chaos. When the light returns, balance is achieved until the next dark threat comes along. So why do we, as fans, deify this chosen one prophecy? Why do we see it more as a power symbol for Anakin rather than a tragic label? If the chosen one's work to restore balance is inevitably undone anyway, why should we care? Well, if we look at the prophecy less as an infallible ancient prophecy and more as a deified legend of a dying order, it adds even more to the story of Anakin's turn to the dark side. The prophecy doesn't matter in the end. What matters is that good people step up against the dark when it arises. You don't have to be the chosen one to defeat evil and do what's right. So, there you go guys. What did you think of this video? Do you agree with this theory, or do you still believe the prophecy to be a perfect promise referring only to Anakin? Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and click that notification bell for all our channel updates. Thank you guys for watching, and may the Force be with you. Always.